Alright guys, now we're going to jump into retargeting, and this is where I make quite a lot of money. But you need to do retargeting right. If you don't do it right, it's really just a complete waste of time, and that's really the truth to it. So retargeting is when you have a prospect or a customer or a person that comes to your site, and you track them. They get tracked and put on your customer list, and then you can re-advertise back to them. It's very, very simple to do. It's a very easy strategy to set up. There's nothing hard about it, but it's a good idea to plan it out properly. Otherwise, you might just be doing it wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the process. But first, I want to talk about a mistake that a lot of people do. What people do is they'll track their entire product page, and then they usually just do a retarget ad set to that one audience. And the problem with that is in that audience you have a mix of people that have visited your site, a mix of people that have added to cart, a mix of people that have added to checkout, a mix of people that have gone to checkout, and a mix of people that have purchased. So you don't have any angles here. You have no leverage or advantages here. You're just advertising to all the same people. So it's a lot harder that way. Now you will get sales and stuff, but if you do it properly, you're going to get a lot more sales, and you're going to really just crush it. You're going to understand what I mean in a second, but you'll get tons more sales if you actually do retargeting properly. So retargeting is when you have a custom audience that's been to your site and you do more adverts back to them. And with retargeting, your adverts are usually a lot cheaper because you're not there's really no competition because you're advertising to people that have been straight to your site. You're not really hitting any niches and stuff like that. So retargeting is a very, very good strategy, and you should be doing it, right? So first of all, this is my way. So I do a custom audience in my product page only, my cart page only, my checkout page traffic only, and my purchases only. The reason is, first of all, I can advertise more products or another angle to the people that just hit the product page and didn't go to cart. So they've come to my site, they were interested in the product, and now they're not. Maybe it's the price, maybe they're just not interested anymore. So what I could do is I can advertise another product to them, or I could advertise with another sales angle and kind of try and get a sale out of those people. Next is the cart page traffic. Now, another reason why I do everything separately is because the cart page traffic I like to actually retarget straight away. I know I said in my scaling video that I do it down the line, but that's when I start to do my really aggressive retargeting. Sometimes I might start doing cart traffic retargeting straight away just to try and squeeze out some of those sales of people leaving while they're still fresh. So cart page traffic only, I could offer them a discount or tell them item is still in the cart. Right, and that's the same with the checkout page. And then the purchases, I know they've purchased, so they're probably not interested in this product anymore. I can now offer them other products. So if you do the way here that most people do, what's going to happen is you've got a lot of conflictions. You've got this audience full of the cart people, checkout people, purchases. Your adverts are going to be a lot more expensive because you're advertising to people that have already purchased for a start. And then you're also advertising to people who might not even be interested. So it's good to segment your audiences into categories like this. So people that have hit the product page only, people that have hit the cart page only, people that have hit the checkout traffic only, and people who have done a purchase only. You really should be doing it this way. It's the only way to get the maximum out of your retargeting ad sets or campaigns or whatever you're doing. It's so important. Next, I always have my strategy laid out. So I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Honestly, get a mind map program. They help so much. So I'm going to do a little layout here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my layout here real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do product only. And then I do cart page only. And we'll use this in a second. I'll show you how to set up an advert first. I'm going to do went to checkout. Oh God. And then I'm going to do made a purchase. Alright, so now we're going to jump into Facebook, and I'm just going to kind of go through a retargeting I like to just show you what I do like over the shoulder, right? So we're going to go through pretty much the process that I do. So just keep in mind that I do it to all separate pages, okay? And then I'm going to come back into this and we're going to work on this mind map. So when it comes to retargeting, it's probably really best just to do a new campaign to keep everything separate. And sometimes you might want to do different ad styles. So I'm going to go create advert here. And if I'm doing if I'm targeting people who have already purchased, I might do a carousel type ad, because that means I can offer them different products, and same with people that have already visited my site, right? So I'm going to do a conversion advert here, and I'm going to make this one retarget product page. I'm going to retarget in brackets. So also keep in mind that the pixel action you choose really depends on what you're trying to do. So let's say you're advertising to people that have already added to the cart. You would just do a purchase pixel because you know that they're probably going to purchase, for example. And retargeting the product page, I might start with a add to cart maybe, or something like that, right? And the rest I would usually just do purchase because I know that they're going to purchase or they have purchased before. So I'm going to go to continue. I'm going to name this sorry, we need to go back. I messed up there. I'm going to name this retarget. That's it. So retarget mysite.com, right? Just so I know what site it is. Then up here, I'm going to go retarget product page only, right? And I'm going to just put it on add to basket in this case, because I'm just doing the product page only. I don't know if they're going to purchase or not at this point. Next, I want to choose a custom audience. So it really just depends what you have in here. You would have, some of them will have more than others. Some of them won't have many at all. It really just depends when you start this and stuff. And I'm going to get rid of countries because I don't need that. It'll just advertise straight to our list. And I'm going to keep the age broad, and I'm going to keep it on all. And I'm going to leave expand interest off, and I'm going to go edit placements, and I'm going to leave it on Facebook only. And now I have my budget. So budget depends on what you're doing as well. If you have, so the thing with the budget, you want to have a sweet spot. You don't want to advertise it to people too much, and you don't want to advertise it too less. You want to be in the middle. So for let's say you're doing an add to cart retargeting campaign, I would usually set my budget to either $1, $2, or $3 a day. I just want to slowly creep the ad in front of people that have purchased, and I don't want to throw it to them over and over again. So that's why I like retargeting, because you can really just do really super cheap adverts and ad sets. So it really just depends. Like for instance, this is the this would be the product page audience. So I would actually go a bit higher, maybe $5 US dollars, so $7 New Zealand. And it really just depends. It just depends on your size. Okay, it's going to tell you how much estimated reach it's going to get daily. So, for example, if you have a page of 1,000 people, then you're going to know that it's going to hit all of your people in a certain amount of time. Or let's say you have 100 people and you get 20 people a day, then in 5 days you're going to burn through those 100 people. But it doesn't matter if it shows them a few times over and over again, so you might get about 2 or 3 weeks out of it, but don't just keep showing it. Plus, it is going to actually keep building as you go. So that's really it with the interest and stuff. There's nothing you really need to do. You just need to put in your target audience and then go to the next step. So the next step is quite important. You can do a carousel. I usually do that for the product page traffic only, and the people that have purchased only, so I can advertise more products to them. And then I do single image for cart and checkout. So I'm like, hey, you've left something in the cart, or you can have a discount or whatever. So that's why I do everything different, because the different types of adverts work for different type of scenarios. That's really quite how that's exactly how it works. So it's very important to know that. So I'm not going to take you through actually creating an advert, because it's very easy. You know how to do that, but if I went single image and I add, let's just say, for instance, this was an add to cart. This was add to cart campaign. I would do something like, I might do something like. Let's just have a look real quick. That's for the one down the bottom. Just always got to double check. Yeah. So I might do forget something. So I'm kind of like, so there's something, we've got something back here. We still have your item, but how about a 10% discount? Right? And then down here I might be like, use get 10 to get a discount, right? So just use get 10 in the coupon code section when you check out. Now this is just an example. You would make it nice as you want, but that's kind of like how I do it. It's very easy, and that's retargeting in a nutshell. Retargeting isn't hard. It's actually very, very easy. All you're doing is taking your custom audience and doing an advert back to that custom audience. It's not very hard. But the hardest thing people do is they don't map things out. They don't keep track of everything. So what I do is I go back into my mind map, and I'm going to go to, so I'm going to, cart page only, I'm going to put a sub here, and I'm going to do started one advert right away, and it was a asking them to go back to cart, right? I keep track of everything. This is so important. And then what I might do is now I'm back. I'm quite far down my my adverts and my campaigns. I'm going to start a new campaign. I'm going to a retarget campaign. I might do product page only, and what I might do is started one advert with another offer angle. Right, so now I have a retargeting advert doing that, and then I might also do another one where I offer another second advert started with new product. So I might also advertise a new product to them. And then with the cart page, maybe I'm getting down more, I'm going to start offering, second advert started, offer 10% discount. Now keep in mind that I do this live, so if I start an advert, I'll put it in here. If I stop the advert, I'll delete this stuff, because I want to come back and I want to see my structure and I want to see what's working for me, right? It's very straightforward. And then when to checkout, I might do another one. I'm going to go add started aggressive. I don't know how to spell aggressive, so maybe that's it. I'm very, very bad at spelling. Add started aggressive title to get them to buy, right? So I've got an aggressive title on that one. I'm trying to get them to buy, and I now have an advert started for that one. Make a purchase. I might do offer advert started with new product. Right, so I have it laid out here. I now have my retargeting campaign started. I have done a advert offering another angle to the people who visit the product page only. This is an example, just theoretically. I have a second advert started with a new product as well. That's what I've done for this example. I've started an advert right away after asking them to go back to the cart. So I've done that straight away, tried to get a few sales. Then I've come back and I've started a second advert. Second advert started, offer a 10% discount. And then my add to cart, I've started a little bit of an aggressive advert with an aggressive title to try and get people back into purchasing from the checkout. And then purchasers started an advert with a new product. Right, so that is really how you should be doing your campaigns. And just remember that setting up your Retargeting campaigns is the same as setting up any other advert, but you're just using custom audience. But the difference is really the advert copy. You are basically doing different sales angles. You're trying to get people to go to the cart and purchase again, so you're doing discount angles. It's a completely different ball game with the actual advert copies. But if you want to just go kind of like just the standard, just do carousel ads for product page and do carousel ads for purchase page people, and then just do a nice single image for cart page and a nice single image for checkout. I don't bother with videos with retargeting. I think they are a waste of time. They are not needed. I only use videos for my main adverts. So that's it in a nutshell. It is very, very easy to understand. There is no secret recipe to retargeting. Well, I would actually call this my little secret recipe, is to make sure you're doing every single separate page and you're advertising back to them. Now, if your audience is only small, 20 or more, you have to need 20 or more, you can still advertise to them. It's no drama. It's just going to slowly filter adverts back to them, and your audience is going to build up anyway. So don't be scared to start them early. I do start the cart page early, like I said, but most of these I do start a little bit later. I also probably sometimes will start the checkout page early, but usually not. I don't know why. I just like to do the cart page early. So that's retargeting, guys. I don't use any special retargeting apps. I like to do all my targeting manually. I think apps are a lazy way to do it, and I feel that you don't have as much control as you would as if you did it in actual Facebook. The only time I ever use an app is for tracking. If I have a general niche store, you can use different pixels on your store. So it's very, very simple stuff, guys. Just have your mind map, lay everything out, make sure you are kind of tracking everything. And with the retargeting, do I test adverts and kill them? I don't really do much testing because usually you're going to get a good reaction anyway. But if you find that some of your retargeting ads aren't really working the way you like, then split test images and ad copy. That's really the only thing you need to split test. So do a different image, do a different title, do a different heading if you think that your retargeting adverts aren't performing as well as you would like. So that's my advice on that. Just make sure you are, and do this for every single product you're advertising, guys. Like, don't just, it's so important to try and target this really specific people. I mean, if you want to be lazy, you can just do your whole site, but, some people are going to be interested in other products and they're not going to be interested in even other products on your site. So if you want to get real precise with your retargeting, this is how you can do it. If you're just starting out, you don't have to do it this crazy, because I know it can be a little bit complex and it can start to get a little bit of a headache once you start getting heaps of retargeting stuff going. But at the bare minimum, at least just try and get into more precise retargeting, because it does help a lot. It really does. We have made a lot of money from retargeting, and this is basically exactly how we do it. So now we'll move on to another video.